Live, live. And view your channel. Ah, and we're live on YouTube too. Beautiful. Live, live. It's gonna come through for you guys too. All right. I think we did a pretty decent job here at that. What I want to do is Unreal Engine display FPS, show FPS in packaged game.
Hello and welcome to 3D. Today you will learn the two ways of how to display frame rate in Unreal Engine 5. Let's start with the simplest one. Open the drop-down settings on the left top side of your report and click on Show FPS or use the shortcut of Ctrl-Shift and H. Now, Unreal Engine is displaying your FPS on the right side of your report and open the editor preferences, rate and memory. Close the editor and your frame rate and memory information should be visible on the top right side. Enable the option called Show Frame.
I didn't know that. That I actually want. I didn't know about that setting. But that's also not what I wanted at all. I wanted to have it in the editor. Sorry, in the packaged game. Ah. Okay, that might work. How to show your FPS in game. I think that's the one I just clicked on, wasn't it? Oh, this is it. This is cool though. What is it? It's show frame rate and memory. Oh, it's editor, not project. So that's down in general. Was it performance, right? Okay.
Frame rate and memory. Close it and you can hit the subscribe button if you like this video. I see you guys next time.
If only it actually had the information I was looking for. This is cool though. So what's it using? 5 gigs? There's a memory leak. Where? Oh, that's, I did not mean to do that. Oh, sweet, it didn't delete it. Oh, thank God. Oh yeah, so I think I came up with a way of doing the reverse thing. Maybe. So I could have it do it on, what would it be? It would be, one sec. There we go. So I could have it work off of a um like for the reverse. If I go in here, there's an error. Hmm. 20 gigs, eh? Is it climbing? It's still climbing. So curious about where this all came from. But at any rate, you guys want to try it? Should we try it? Should we do this? Oops. the actual fuck is going on here? Alright, looks like we're fixing that today. Why doesn't it look like this? It's supposed to look like this. All right. We need more lighting. Lighting help. Unreal Engine 2.7 open world lighting.
Hello everyone, welcome to my Unreal Engine tutorial series on how to create an open world game. So last time we added foliage to our levels, and after adding foliages I encountered some lighting problems with our dynamic day and night lighting system we have already created. As you can see in this example, it works without any issue. You don't see any harsh lighting or too bright landscape or any other lighting issues, especially in the night time. So this is in the night time, it looks okay, but initially I'll put this aside for now. Now I'll minimize this. So this is my previous scene. So after adding the time of day system again into my foliage added level, I had some problems. For example, if I set this to night time like this, now it is 1 a.m. in the night, but it still looks too bright. And if I set it to like 11 in the morning, so lighting is okay, but this landscape is somewhat too bright, and against to that I can see the grass blade does not blend properly. That happens mainly because of lighting issues, and as the sun falls and the night begins, this lighting in the
Oh, I
environment
built the
starts to
wrong.
change.
I did the wrong build. I did a CPU build. Guard run. So this is a virtual texture issue. No importance. Unreal Engine. Light mass importance volume. It is very windy out today, apparently.
Hello, welcome to the video for what is volume? The light mass importance volume. So the light mass importance volume. It is not anything that you're going to see in normal gameplay. It's a utility volume. It's intended to allow your lighting calculations when you're using static lighting to perform quicker, as well as to define certain areas that should or should not have lights really calculated for them. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain and show in detail why we want to use this. Light mass is the tool that is basically used to determine static lighting. If you're not using static lighting, then you're not going to use a light mass important volume because you're not using light mass. if I was to go ahead, if you notice here, I have 2 lights. I have 2-point lights for my 2 different example areas. These are the only static lights in my entire level. Everything else on this entire level is lit by 1 light over here, which I have set to movable, which means static lighting is not used when it calculates it. So the only place I actually need lit by static lighting are these 2 areas here. Now if I was to go ahead and build my lighting and let this run, we're going to have it quickly run through the lighting, and it should pop up an error. Now it says, no importance volume found, and the scene is so large that automatically synthesized volume will not yield good results. Add a tightly bounding light mass volume so that way it works better. Now, light mass will run in your taskbar. It'll be a little icon with an S on it called Swarm Agent. Now if I pull this up, when we run the log, when we run through it, at the beginning we will find the most important part. This section right here. The scene surface area calculated at 48 million units. The volume surface area calculated at 48 million units. This is what we got the error from. Basically, we were trying to compute 48 million units of light, and the light mass program thought that was a bit much, we shouldn't be doing that. Now to visually see this, if we go to visualize volume lighting samples, we are going to see a ton of black dots show up. Everywhere you see a black dot is basically where Unreal is applying static lighting. Now like I said, the only place we actually have static lighting is down here, and if you notice, we have these little dots with some green, which is how we get static lighting emitted out of certain areas and how we get certain reflections. We have these little dots, like lighting sample, and the light mass program thought that was a bit much, we shouldn't be doing that. Now to visually see this, if we go to visualize volume lighting samples,
Yeah, we're gonna close that. That's fine. Show. No, was it? Sup, Jack? I think it was visualize. Oh, lighting sample. Volume lighting sample.
we are going to see a ton of black dots show up. Everywhere you see a black dot is basically where Unreal is applying static lighting. Now, like I said, the only place we actually have static lighting is down here. And if you notice, we have these little dots with some green, which is how we get static lighting emitted out of certain areas and how we get certain reflections. But every other black dot you see in this area, those are all unnecessary, and they apply to our computing time. Plus, it also gives us poor results. We're not actually going to get a volume of light. We're not going to get bounce lighting and other things like
Thank you. Now I just got to fix the lights.
that. So what we want to do is we want to use the light mass importance volume. Let's go ahead and shut this off for now, just so I can put the volume in. We're going to go ahead and find our light mass importance volume and drop it in. And then we're going to cover the area we want, for example. So if I go ahead and cover that, let's make it a little taller, you're going to see it's going to encompass this entire platform, which is what I want. Now if I run my build again, remember in our example, we had 48 million for the surface and 48 million were calculated. Let's build our lighting again. Swarm will kick in. Lighting shouldn't take too long. And lighting is now done. Now if we check our swarm and we check our stats, we're going to find 48 million for our calculated lights, but our actual importance volume area was only 1.3 million this time. So we went ahead and reduced it from 48 million calculated lights to 1.3 million. If we took our visualization and pull our light mass samples back on, you'll notice all of the blacks are gone, and all we actually have are these few little lights in this area for light mass importance. Now there are a lot of tweaks for light mass itself, and this is not going to cover that. This is just covering the light mass importance volume, what it does, and what we want to use it for. If we click on the volume itself, you're actually going to find nothing.
I think the issue is that because of how big it is, I think the light needs to be, the directional light can't be stationary, it needs to be movable. And then because of that, we don't have any static lights that are here to bake lights. So if I come into here, add, All right. 0, 0. Okay, so I want this to scale at maybe 50s. For now, this might work. Let's try it. Let's just try this GPU light mass. Let's build the lights. See what happens.
Nothing. There are no settings for this. All this does is tell the light mass program what is using static lighting and where we want it to be calculated. You have your normal brush shapes and your sizes, and these can all be adjusted as needed. So if we notice, we actually now have, let's go to this one which is not calculated. You'll notice we don't have much of a light over here, and we don't have much of a light over here. We just pretty much have the lighting on this one side based on the spotlight itself. There's no real reflection, there's no bounce off of anything because we don't have a volume and we don't have these little items determining where these light points are at. If you notice on this side, we actually have a little bit of lighting over here because technically it's bouncing off of this side, and we have some lighting over here because we have a little point here lighting this up. You can have more than one light mass importance volume. If we duplicated this and pull it over here, and we run our build, we give this 5 seconds or so to run through. We check out our log. We'll notice, again, we had 48 million, and we calculated 2.6, roughly twice as much as before because we have 2 different volumes. And you'll notice now you have light points in each side, and you'll notice some better lighting on each one. Light mass importance volumes, you need to make sure you use them appropriately. Obviously, this is a bad example. I have no actual walls. I'm not encompassing my map with anything. I'm just showing you that we've changed from 48 million possible points down to 2.6 million. We no longer get the area, and we're actually getting a little bit better lighting results. If this was inside of a room, for example, we would want walls, and then we put the light mass importance volume inside of that. When you're using multiple ones, basically it's going to use a larger bounding box to encompass them all, and only your smaller areas are going to get the better lighting, so keep that in mind. It's, it's an art, it's a skill. Using light mass itself for static lighting is a skill in and of itself. Just remember, if you're going to use static lighting, make sure you encompass the things that are using static lighting with your light mass importance volume. Now, you may run into a couple issues where you may be using a volume and you're not actually fully encompassing your lights, and when you go to build, it will actually end up getting stuck. Let's see if this happens. Yeah, and you'll notice now I have build lighting at 94%. I honestly don't know what causes that. If you look through your log, you'll notice it says 100%, but it never goes to the next section, and there's a bunch of various other errors in here. The only way I've been able to properly not have that happen is make sure you're encompassing your light completely. That's my issue here, so I'm not encompassing the light. And then try to encompass anything that the light hits as well completely.
Oh yeah, I
is
guess.
because it's an importance volume, you can actually prevent, like for example, you see how we have this block being greened because of this little importance cube here? You can actually prevent things from being lit by moving the light mass importance volume around. So like we have it go to there, we move our actual importance volume over to the right a little bit, let's make it smaller. And we move it so that way our cube on this left side is not inside the volume, and we rebuild our lighting. You're going to notice that these little light mass importance areas are going to disappear, and you're going to notice things are not going to be lit directly because we no longer have light mass importance affecting this area. So that's one.
So this is what the problem was. But this is going to take forever to recompute.
A good way to help get rid of light bleed. Let's say, for example, you have a house, but for some reason the lights inside are bleeding outside. Make sure you use light mass importance volumes inside the house itself and not outside the house. That way your lighting is not going to bleed through out into the other areas. So that is it. That is light mass importance volume. This obviously did not cover light mass itself. It has a completely separate set of tutorials. This was just to show you that anytime you're using static lighting, make sure you put a light mass importance volume in. Make sure it encompasses your entire light and any areas it may hit. And make sure you use them appropriately, maybe for blocking out areas, because if you notice here, we now no longer have any cubes for light mass. We just have a small area. And it's a great way to tweak how your static lighting actually affects your scene, because keep in mind, the volumes don't need to be cubes. Your light mass importance volumes can be any of the shapes, and any of the shapes are adjustable using your geometry editing as well. That is it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below.
Interesting.
Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get rid of the no importance volume found and the scene is too large that the automatically synthesized volume will not yield good results. Now basically I'll just close this window. So what this means is there's no light mass importance volume in the scene. So it's saying this is a relatively big-ish scene, probably because it's got a lot of foliage in and whatnot, and you can see that the colours look a bit odd. And what it's basically saying is that it's trying to build the scene. When you click build, it's trying to build the lighting, but because there's so much going on, it doesn't know where to focus the lighting and the lighting quality. So if we just go over here, and what a lot of, say, game artists, traits that essentially will do on scenes that, I mean, probably 100 times bigger than this, is they'll have something similar to light mass important volume depending on the engine. So if we just type in our mode here, light mass, and you've got the light mass importance, so we'll drag that in. What they would usually do is they would say we've got this path here, they would set light mass focused on areas that the player would be, so they'll be focused walking down here, can't get in the forest, so there's no real point getting all the lighting perfect in there, because they're not going to see it. So what we'll do is we just drag it out over here on the right, so you can see here it's encapsulating this area in a little yellow square, so we line that up, and as you can see here, it's got a whole path. Now, what that'll do is when we hit build, is it'll focus all the lighting on there, getting it lovely, looking nice, etc. And it doesn't worry so much about what's around it. From what I understand, it still does it, but all the details within this cube. Now, for me, I'll just get rid of this. I'll do it slightly different just for this scene. Changes depending on the pack that I'm upgrading. I just encompass this in the whole light mass importance volume. Where is it? There we go. So you can see here, I knew the values already. It's encompassed it in. Now, the rendering, build time or rendering time for this was about 5 minutes. When I put this in, it takes it down to a minute. And it sorts out all of these odd little weirdnesses in the textures here on foliage and whatnot. You see the green grass is very odd looking. And so hopefully that helps to get that will get rid of that error that we had in our message log. It's currently still exam hit build, so get rid of this no importance volume. So just remember that it helps improve lighting quality and build times, which is obviously massively important when working. If it helps, please give a like and maybe subscribe. So thanks a lot.
How to fix Unreal lighting issues. To do baked lighting. How to build lighting the right way in Unreal 5 GPU. How to use lighting visualization tools. This is going to be important.
Welcome back to We Shoot Films, where we talk about cinematography, tutorials, reviews, everything dealing with a cinematic image, but we also deal with Unreal Engine, which is an amazing program for creating 3D cinematic images. Anyway, I used to deal with this all the time when learning Unreal Engine. I would set up my lights, and something would annoy me, and I'm going to show you what it is. Here we go. All right. If you hit G, you turn things on and off, right? I'm going to hit the G. Now go grab your light. Now I'm going to grab my light, and then, I set it up, right? You set up your light. Let's say I want it to be right there, I like the way that looks. I want it to be right there. Cool. All right. So cool. You turn it on to see what it looks like, but you see a faint little light. You see it there? It's faint. See, you still see it like it's a ghost. You don't want that. You just want the effect of the light. You don't want to see that. That don't make no sense. So that would drive me crazy, but I figured it out. So I figured maybe somebody else might be having that same issue. So over here to the right, it's a very quick fix. Over here to the right, you see it right here saying, make sure you click on your light source, right? And then on the right side here, it says indirect lighting intensity, volumetric scattering intensity. All you got to do is bring those down to 0, and it's gone. There you go. But you still have the effect of the light. See, you still maneuver it, you still do all of that stuff, but not see that dumb little ghost. That's about it, y'all. Something quick, something simple. Hopefully that helped you out. If it did, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell on the side so you can know.
Disabled lumen because we are not going to use lumen in this scene. As you see, I set to none in global illumination, but in project settings, I will also change the global illumination method to none, to not use it. So after that, we need to check our lights in the scene. So I'm just going to check directional light. It's movable, so I'm going to make stationary.
Yeah, then the new map is
static
really
stationary,
nice,
skylight.
but it is total. This is what we're trying to fix right now. Oh yeah, Jack, we have loading screens now. So look how dark this is. And it looks weird. I think there's some areas that aren't weird. But I also changed up the gearing a little bit, and we have a. I think the vehicle feels better to drive now too. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, since everything was statically lit, static lighting, we got all kinds of weirdness. This didn't bake properly because it's not really in the scene, right? So, yeah. I'm switching it back to a version that doesn't have that problem. And hopefully that will give me better overall lighting. Actually, if I Because I removed a bunch of the. I think that went static. Yeah. The skylight, I think that we want to be moving. Yeah, so it's dynamic. Stationary. Yeah, stationary is probably what we want. Then the directional light, we want that to be stationary. And that can be static. It's always static. To do. Say static on that. Let's cancel. Let's do this. Let's see. I wanna just say let's do a build, right? But the build takes quite a while. So this already looks better. Still does have its own problems, but okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just do the light quality here of preview, and then we will do the GPU light building. We won't do it in the viewport because this is gonna. So I was on for the really good lighting before. This is gonna be the easier light, the cheaper lighting. But I think map lighting is is going to be a big thing for us. We're going to have so much work to do.
Light stationary, and there's 4-point lights, and I'm just gonna make them stationary too. Okay, that's cool. After we make sure all lights are ready oval, so I'm gonna make stationary. You should make static or stationary to make it work. Sky atmosphere stationary, skylight stationary, and there's 4-point lights, and I'm just gonna make them stationary too. Okay, that's cool. After we make sure all lights are ready for the bake, we can start to bake our lights. But how are we gonna do it? Go to Build tab and click CPU Light Mask. By the way, this is also technically a global illumination method, even we baking it. It's a tool used to pre-calculate and bake lighting information for scene. It uses ray tracing technologies and baking those light rays. It's an experimental feature, so some problems might occur while you're doing that, but still it's pretty useful in my opinion.
Let's see performance here.
Light mask is, as you see, the name of this is CPU Light Mask. Light mask is basically the name of specific renderer in Unreal Engine. It doesn't mean light map. They are different things.
This is supposed to be doing it on the GPU, by the way.
Static meshes with the baked light information. A light map is a texture that stores the pre-calculated lighting information with texture generated by light mask. Light mask is the renderer, actually. And also, I want to mention about why did we open virtual textures? Because we want to separate this big light map of the scene by piece and use them when we need it. It is more optimized for new generation rendering systems. I hope you understand well of those concepts. And in here, my settings are like that. I'm just going to change it later to make it better. But before that, let's just start to bake it and let's see what will happen. By the way, I'm just going to click viewport real-time off because it's baking more faster with that way. So I'm clicking build lighting. And as you can see in here, it's starting to build. So let's wait and come back when it's done. We're close to finishing.
2%.
Let's see, as you see the progress bars. And it's nearly finished. Okay, it's finished, and we baked our lights. Right now, this is a baked scene, but there's a good way of CPU Light Mask. You can change stuff real time, then you can bake again because it uses a ray tracing method. So it's not like a CPU Light Mask. When you're using CPU Light Mask to bake your lights, if you ever experienced it in Unreal Engine 4, you would know that when you move an object, for example this, when you're moving an object, just everything getting broke, and you need to bake it again, you need to wait a lot. But in this method, you don't have to wait, and you still can change it, which is great for my understanding. So we baked our light. I think it's looking pretty good, and
I am looking forward to moving Discord onto this computer.
and I think it works fine. It works in 100 FPS right now.
I should actually just sit down and actually just get that working.
This is so simple.
Because I made some
Everyone is
changes,
not so different
and
from the global illumination
yeah.
method, but if you have a scene with so many static meshes and so many other lights and stuff, this will definitely work better. By the way, while I was trying that, I just found a problem, which is I will show how to fix at the end of the video, so make sure you watch all of the end. So let's go back to CPU Light Mask settings. There's some settings you need to be aware of. The other that you can just try and see yourself that how they works. First, the mode is full bake, it's just baking all scene. The second mode bake, what you see, it's basically only baking what camera sees. So it's a more optimized method if you want to use it. You can compress your light maps. It is, as you can read, it's disabling light maps texture compression, but it's increasing memory sizes because light maps getting bigger. And there's a denoise method to fix some shadow issues in the scene. I'm using Intel OpenImage denoise. GI samples is basically the total number of ray paths executed per text lectures, all the bounces. It is working pretty same with like a ray tracing or lumen. So you can understand all of those. They are not so much different. This irradiance caching is a ray tracing-based method used to compute global illumination on diffuse surfaces. It focuses on capturing how light bounces off one object and indirectly illuminates another. By the way, don't forget we're still using hardware ray tracing, so performance is perfectly fine, for my understanding. Let's go back to the problem I have faced with. When I change those lights to stationary to static, which is I'm doing right now. After that, when I baked resolution of the scene of the shadows being not so great, and I didn't like it so much, which is I'm going to show you right now. I'm just going to bake it with static lights. I've just finished the baking lights with static meshes, and as you can see, there might be some problems with the shadows. There might be some shadow issues, which is, as I said before, this is an experimental feature, so you might have some problems. But if you're having so bad results with static meshes, let me show you what you should do. Just go to your static meshes and make sure they're static. After that, type light map, and you can override your light map resolution, and you can change your light map type from here, as you can see. Overwriting light map resolution, it can fix the shadow problems because those data, the texture data, the light map data is written on of those meshes. So you can fix that way. This is the first.
I think we're at 124
you can just go to build
or something like that.
Lighting info, as you can see, there's a light map density rendering options. And, light map resolution adjustment for static mesh.
Yeah, 124.
Resolutions for it, so you can have a better result. Also, you can.
Or no, 128. We're at 128.
GI samples. You can increase the stationary light shadow.
Yeah.
Stationary light shadow samples, and if you're using volumetric light map, you can increase the quality of the light mapper, and you can change the irradiance caching quality too. But basically, you have to adjust a bit. But all this built-in section is taking not so much time, so I think it's okay to just tweak some settings and try to find the best that works for you, and you can use CPU light mask with that way. I hope you liked the video. By the way, I just bought some cameras, lenses, and lights, so in the new videos, I will be using a camera that showing myself, and I'm going to try to make a better videos for you all. So if you like the video and if you like to support the channel, ray tracing, virtual texture support. Then we can before doing the editing in global illumination, but in project settings, I will also make sure our lights are ready for the bake. We can use to pre-calculate.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. So in today's video, what we're going to be going over is how to build lighting the proper way. Now, this won't apply to you if you are using Lumen. However, there are still a lot of people that aren't using Lumen and fully dynamic lighting. They're still using static bakes. And so today we're going to go over a better way to be able to bake that lighting. So we're just going to get right into it. So the normal way to bake lighting in Unreal Engine 5 is to go to build and then build lighting only. And you can also change lighting quality to production before you build it, and that will then build your lighting to be used in your game. However, there is a better way of doing that, which is A, quicker, and B, more efficient. So the way we're going to do that is through a plugin. So we're going to go to Edit, Plugins, and we're going to search for GPU, and we want to enable GPU Light Mask. Now this is in a beta version, so keep that in mind. However, I've not really found many issues with it. I have found some issues which I will go over. However, obviously you can decide whether or not you want to use this. So we'll press yes, and then we'll just restart the engine, and I'll be back to you once we have done that. So we're now back. The engine has restarted, so we can close the plugins menu, go back into our level, and then you can...
Sup, Fox? Voice. And at that, you know that voice, and at that speed.
see. Now, if we go to the top and press build,
I'm looking forward to, like, I think Lumen is single-handedly one of the worst things to happen to Unreal lighting in a very long time. Not because I dislike Lumen, but because Lumen literally made it hard to find documentation on lighting. Yeah, Lumen actually makes it harder to find documentation on properly lighting scenes in Unreal because everybody is just like, oh, just use Lumen. And it's just like, I don't want to use Lumen. I don't want to use Nanite because I have reasons, like for actual legitimate reasons, not like I hate new technology. It's like I have legitimate reasons as to why I'm not using them. And like Lumen is more performant with Nanite, to my understanding, than it is without Nanite. Doesn't mean that you can't use it, but it's more performant. And I need that. Like I need to, I can't have Nanite because it's too CPU intensive. And I don't have a reason to be for the vast majority of the game, I don't really have much of a reason to be calculating large amounts of light all the time. Because like, sure, we have an open world, but like the open world has static lighting for the most part. Like we're not going to have a day-night cycle, right? Like it's not going to be like moving around. So I don't see much of a point, right? Like, yeah, what's the point, right? So I'm just like, what do? So I was just like, we can eke some performance out of this if, and I say eke, but like it's a substantial amount for like older hardware. We can get performance out of it by doing baked lighting on everything, because like I don't have a reason not to have baked lighting on like almost everything. Now with the truck, that's a bit of a different story, but like the truck and I don't even know if the pedestrians would need to have dynamic lighting. I think they can be relatively stationary for lighting, right? Because like, yeah, it might make a bit of a difference, but like, are you gonna notice? I don't think the answer is yes. Right?
We now have GPU lightmass. So if we click on that, that's going to open a new tab, which I've already docked to the bottom right down here. For you, it will probably appear here, and you can just drag and dock this wherever you like. So I'm going to have mine here. Now, there are many settings here that you can change. However, the default will probably be perfectly fine for you, as they're very, very good settings. I'll leave a link in the description down below to the full documentation for the GPU lightmass plugin. If you do want to go into default, will probably be perfectly fine, and you can just drag and dock this wherever you like. So I'm going to have mine here. Now, there are many settings here that you can change. However, the default will probably be perfectly fine for you, as they're very, very good settings. I'll leave. So one tip you're going to do is in the top right here, you can see viewport real time is on. What we want to do is untick that. So this means that anything that will be moving in your viewport in real time now will not be, and that'll make it build a lot quicker. So you can toggle this on and off while building as well. However, having it off just is so much quicker. Show progress bars will show a progress bar on the asset or the texture itself, which we'll see when we're building later on, so you can see how far through it is. And in mode here, we've got full bake and bake what you see. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Full bake will bake everything in the scene, and bake what you see will only bake what the camera.
Aki just said that he was going to try the new build, and I was like, let me know what you think of the lighting.
What's currently in the viewport. Compress light maps, as you hover over it, you can see it will then just compress the light map textures. This is ticked by default, and I would leave this ticked. If you untick it, then as you can see there, it will increase the memory and disk size by about 4 times. However, because they're not compressed, they will be of a slightly high quality, but I don't think there's that much difference in quality to warrant actually that much more disk space being used. Same with denoising, you can have that be either not or during the interactive preview. On completion, it's again just a lot quicker and nicer. You can choose which denoiser you want to use. You've also got global illumination if that's something you like using as well. And the same goes for volumetric light maps.
It's so bad. Wait, I'm doing Intel?
As it is by default, but those options
Right?
are you want. Now, in the top
I
left,
shouldn't
you
have done
have
Intel. I should have looked for something else.
Underneath it, it says GPU lightmass requires support hardware ray tracing enabled in your project settings. So what I need to do is just go to edit, project settings, and then I can simply just search for hardware, and then once I click support hardware ray tracing, where it is, if I put hardware ray tracing instead, I can tick that, and I might need to restart again. As I do so again, I'll be back in a second, and it will change all these other settings for your lighting and rendering as well. For example, ray trace shadows and skylight. However, just for the moment, I'm just using the basics of the GPU lightmass plugin. I'm not going into details of how to make your game look the best with the lighting. That is a completely different video, more in depth. This is just how to build the lighting. So again, I'll restart and be back with you in a second. So we're back once again, so I'll close this, and now what you can see in the top left, we have the build lighting button enabled. It is green. So I can just go.
By the way, if anybody,
before I do that though, however, for the lighting itself,
if anybody out there has like a course or anything like that, like preferably a free course, just so I can do it while I stream, that on lighting, I would be very happy to take a look into that. And if it does come down to it and it's a paid course, then I'm still happy to take a look at it. It's just, you know, iffy of whether or not I'll have to really think about it. Aku's first statement when he loads it up, what lighting? See, I don't know. Like, it's not that that's not useful, because it is. It's very useful for the fundamentals, and I should learn the fundamentals. But I'm looking more for something that doesn't just cover fundamentals, that covers like the fundamentals and then goes into another on a parking garage. How big is the parking garage? Because like the problem that I'm having is that like I want to know what you do to build larger maps, right? Because like larger maps have specific requirements effectively. Right? Like you need to do specific types of things to get larger maps to work properly.
you're going to want to make sure that the lights are set to either static or stationary, because those are ones that you bake. Movable, so fully dynamic, means there is no baking at all. Static is fully baked, so it's the fastest rendering, that's what I've got all of these set to. And stationary is only partially baked, so the rendering is still faster than movable, but not as fast as static. So again, I have set all of mine to static. Now, if you have them as stationary, that means you can't have more than 4 overlapping in one area. So if we were to do that, for example, let me show you what happens. So I set this to stationary, and I get 4 overlapping each other. You'll see that that's fine. But as soon as I get a fifth one of them will say, we'll give this X, which means it's basically not working, so you need to set one of them to static, or just not have that many in an area, which is obviously what I'm doing, so I don't need all of those there. So we now go back to the
Unreal
light map,
Engine
lighting, and then you may get this message the first time doing it saying some messages
large
are not using the latest light map UV generation algorithm. Would you like to upgrade them? And I'm just going to press yes. You'll only get that for the first time,
no
and if you get this message up here, you see what it is,
large
and then all you need to do is press build lighting again. And now it will build the lighting. It will go completely dark as it removes
open
the
world
lighting
lighting.
data, and then it will start building the lighting. So we should see some progress bars appear very soon. But you can see it's going up really, really quickly. If I were to tick this off, then you can see it's at slow mode, and it's a lot slower. But so what I'm going to do is just untick that to go back onto fast mode. Now there's no progress bars that I can see here. That's probably just because of how basic and simple the scene is. It doesn't really need any. However, we can now see the lighting has finished building. I'm encoding the textures, and none of this was sped up, by the way. This was all real time. I've not cut anything out. This is how quick this is. It's a very simple scene, and in fact, there's actually no lighting in here. To look at the details, I might just need to increase how bright these are. And so you see that actually the first time I was doing this, it's gone completely black, and there's now no lighting in here whatsoever. If I click on one of these and change it back, you see the lighting does come back. So that means there is an issue with how we have done this. Something has gone wrong somewhere. That's fine. So I believe
Wait, what did we just do
how
here?
quick this is. It's a very simple scene, and in fact, there's actually no lighting in here. To look at the details, I might just need to increase how bright these are. And so you see that actually the first time I was doing this, it's gone completely black, and there's now no lighting in here whatsoever. If I click on one of these and change it back, you see the lighting does come back. So that means there is an issue with how we have done this. Something has gone wrong somewhere. That's fine. So I believe the issue with this is probably because I've just created a new project straight off the bat. Lumen is enabled by default, so I think I need to disable Lumen. So I go to Edit, Project Settings. I can then go down to the Rendering tab and make sure that I disable Lumen, so that we are using just baked lighting. So I go to Rendering here. What I can do is make sure that I scroll down and under Dynamic Global Illumination Method, set that to None, for example, and Reflection, set that to Screen Space. And now we should not be using Lumen anywhere. So you can see that now all of these.
Oh, should I put screen space then? I thought that we wanted none for reflection.
So if I now build the lighting again, we should see this works perfectly now. So it's gone dark once again as it's removed all the lighting data. It's continuing to build the lighting quickly as it should. And then once it gets to 100%, which is about to any second now, we should see that the lighting should actually have worked this time. Because again, it was trying to use.
Sounds like distance calling? No, I want to know like how to properly light an open world. And the biggest problem is that like a lot of that documentation is now getting harder to find because Unreal 5's been around for too long. Yeah, and because of Unreal 5, everybody's just like, just use Lumen. And she's like, but I don't want to use Lumen. Lighting in Unreal 5. That's lighting in Unreal 5. Click the Lumen box. Virtual shadow maps. Virtual shadow maps is the new shadow mapping method used to deliver consistent light, high resolution shadowing that works with film quality assets and large dynamic open worlds using Unreal 5's nanite virtualized geometry, global illumination, and reflections, and world positions. The goal of virtual shadow maps. Virtual shadow maps have been developed with the following goals: significantly increase shadow resolution to match highly detailed nanite geometry. Don't care about that. Plausible soft shadows with reasonable controllable performance cost. Okay, so I don't actually want shadow map, virtual shadow maps. I think that's actually something we don't care about. Virtual shadow map statistics give some insight into non-nanite instance count. Beyond improving caching, there are a number of ways to improve the performance of non-nanite shadow rendering. Consider the following to improve non-nanite object performance. Enable nanite on as much geometry as possible. Fuck that. Okay, so we do need to remove. Yeah, so we need to remove virtual, what is it? Virtual shadows. Ten out of 10. It won't let me play with the settings right now because of the bake.
use both dynamic and static at the same time, which obviously gave us the blackness which we didn't want. As you can see now that works perfectly, we have the lighting like this. Now, an interesting thing with this is because it's fully baked lighting, if I were to delete all of these lights, you can see that it is actually still there. So the lighting data is still there because it's baked into the light maps of the textures. And if it doesn't look great for you, then that probably means your light map textures or light map resolutions aren't perfect. So a way to look at that is I do another video on this, but if you go into the lit mode up here, then go to optimization view modes, and then light map density, you'll be able to see them like this. So blue is perfect, green is good, red is bad. So what you can do is then open up the mesh itself to change them, or change them individually in the scene, by going to the details panel of it, searching for light map or light map resolution, tick override, and you can change it here. So if I change this to 32, and then 16, and 8, you can see the difference this is making to 128, 500, you can see it completely changing here, like so. And you might be wondering, well, the color's just staying pink. That's just because if I deselect it, you can actually see it, because when you select something, it adds a color overlay, which is obviously I'm merging with the green and whatever color, so it's changing it. But either way, you just do this. So if I set it to 32, you can see that looks like this. Again, I have another video where I go into more detail. However, light map density is
Oh, nice.
building the static lighting using the GPU light maps like this, as you are fully baking it into the light maps. So I think that will be it for this video, covering the GPU light maps and how to actually build and bake static lighting in Unreal Engine 5. And this way is just a lot quicker and a lot more.
Okay. That might also be the play, to have like the one big light and then just go sprinkle lights around the map. I did download a what is it? Virtual textures? Virtual shadow maps. Yeah, we want that. And we'll do this. Cancel. I'm going to also make some changes to this. Let's see if we can change this this here. As soon as it lets me. Ah, here we go. Intel open image denoise versus simple firefly remover. Unreal.
Hey everyone, so this is just going to be a quick
We have animating to do. This doesn't really answer my question because reasons. Okay, we'll leave it on Intel. Intel. Full bake. Yeah. Show progress. We don't want this. I'm going to put this down here so we can bake easier. There's not really an importance because like we don't actually really have any static lighting anymore. we have no static lighting. So this does work, but this does absolutely need to be rebuilt. Select. So let's do a quick build. package project. And then also what I want to do is come into here and add Unreal Engine, add console to packaged game. Believe the content is stripped out from the game. To do. Do. Let's see if that works. Let's turn real-time rendering on. I think this is gonna be better. once it eventually happens. Look at that green though, eh? Yeah. I do want these windows to end up being a little bit more green than they currently are. Then I got to start replacing these and placing new things in, because yeah, importance. This is going to take a while. So while we do that, we can come back to our tutorials. And I forgot that I found this one.
Quick video showing you how to set up a directional light with the sky atmosphere, volumetric cloud, and the whole point is just to show you how to set up like a simple day-night cycle like this. I'm not going to show you the actual blueprint for a day-night cycle. You can watch another video I have that do that. This just kind of shows you how to set up very simple lighting within like 5 minutes, right? Doesn't look amazing, but it looks decent. Decent enough for you to make your games look okay. You can always come into your post-process volume here, turn down some saturation or something. The point is just to show you how to set up the lighting initially, and then from there you can
No. Oh well. Wait, one of them. I'm a little confused. What do you mean? Oh, this isn't. Unfortunately, that's not useful anymore. Oh,
Alright,
I don't.
so this
I don't want day-night cycles.
video is just going to quickly go over light mass importance value.
We're not doing
So the
that.
first encounter with light mass is probably going to be when you're building your lights for your scene. You may see an error along the lines of performance warning, no importance volume found, scene is large, etc. Okay, and that's just Unreal letting you know, hey, there's a lot of lighting calculations going on here. We can speed that up.
Hello and welcome to How to Optimize Lighting. Now I've mentioned lighting in previous videos, and by all means check them out.
I do appreciate you giving me the warning on that, though.
So you can check out those in a lot more detail. But I want to show you a way to see and how you can find out if your map is optimized for lighting. So what you can do in your map is go to where it says Lit in the viewport, go down to Optimization View Modes, and click on Light Complexity. When you click on this, you'll see your whole map represented in a color spectrum here. So blue means it's not
By complexity, everything is blue. We want. Oh wow, these are really bad. Some of these are absolutely horrible. There's actually one that I'm really curious about, and it's one of my buildings. Yeah, this one. Oh wow, that's really bad. The red is really fucking bad. That's unsurprising though. What about these? Oh, these are perfect. They're a bit all over the place and skewed. Interesting. But they do work. Interesting. Okay. This one actually has really nice textures for the most part. Wait, what the fuck happened there? I think I'm getting wiring fatigue. What do you mean wiring fatigue? Explain yourself. Factory building game. Like Satisfactory, right? Which one? It's definitely better, the lighting, but it's still a little off. And have issues with Okay, that's a bit better. Like actually a bit better. Let's do CMD. Damn it. Do Butler push dot, and then it's the user, which is oh slash colon Windows 64 alpha. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Let's do this new text document. Or sorry, no. Actually, can I do it from within here? Do I have make installed? Let's install make. Sorry. Windows install make. Fine. Actually, I wonder if I've got it in here. Terminal. Make. The term make is not recognized. Yeah, that's what I thought. Damn it. I really want a make file. Edit configurations. I could do shell. I don't want shell though. Okay, let's make a make file real quick here, but we need to install make first. Windows install make. What is the how to set up? This is this one, right? Okay, so that was the right one. This is the right website. And then we just want to complete package, setup. Yeah, I had a feeling it was that because of how old this thing is. Technomine. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry, I've got that song stuck in my head right now. God damn it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There we go. Okay, so all I have to do is do that and then open up terminal again. And then if I type in make, it should give me. What the actual fuck? The term make is not recognized as a name. What? Do I need to restart? I think I need to restart this. I'm not doing that right now. but that's fine. CMD. CD Unreal projects. Truck-kun. Sure. Builds. Sure. CD. Okay, there. And then here we just want to make a file here. Game Truck-kun. Add. We're going to install this, but we're not going to enable it because I do not want to restart right now. Oh, wait, no, we can restart because we're not building. Did it just already let me? Anyways, we're going to do this. Exit. And then we're going to relaunch Rider. Go. And I think make should start working here. There we go. Beautiful. And then if I wanted to add the game, add it to here. I think that I need maybe Visual Studio Code. I think I have it installed. I do. Sweet. I don't remember what this was. It was something. Open folder. Do Unreal. Truck-kun. Select folder. Let's add new file. Make file. Is it make file or just make? I think it's make file. Build. Let me double check quickly. Setting up a make file. Yeah, it is just that, and then make. And why do make files to do? Yeah, it is make file, and then you just do that. Okay. Make build. Butler. Yeah, one sec. Make file variables. User equals game equals platform equals Windows 64 alpha. Game is here. And of course it doesn't, I didn't get that. And then we're gonna do the do here, and it is that. There we go. And then we'll add this to here. Oh, existing item. There we go. Then if we come into here, we want this. Mm. Do 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 do. All right, so now let's start fixing the map. Today is all going to be map stuff. Map. Do. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, that's light map density. Light map complexity. Interesting. That was the wrong window? This one? Yeah, here we go. Sorry, I got slightly sidetracked there.
Don't get any sort of lighting. It's totally free and cheap, really nice and easy. So in this map, this has been just lit mainly by the dynamic light, I assume. But then we have these 3-point lights also in this map. And you can see how the colours get warmer, the more, well, let's say, less optimised they are. So if they're redder, that's not typically quite good. So what we can do here is we can see if we can change this to be more optimised. Now at the moment these are set to stationary lights. Now stationary lights are fine if you want them to be changing throughout the game. However, if they're not going to change whatsoever, change them to autostatic. So change them autostatic here, and then I'll click on build lighting, and wait for that to go. And we should see some difference here in our light complexity model. So we'll just wait for that to finish, and we'll skip ahead. So as the lighting is ending, we should see now the colour change. And there you can see it's all gone to blue. Now it's all gone to blue because point lights, when they're set to static lights and mobility, they are basically free for us to use. Static means it's going to be baked into the textures, and therefore you don't even need these point lights anymore. You can actually delete them. It will bake the shading into the texture. Where stationary movable lights don't, they have to remain in the level somehow. And that's where you get that complexity issue. So by changing them down to static, you can see how the light complexity has massively improved in this area, and we should get far better performance in this little area here. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more how-to videos, check out my patreon.com/RyanEddie. I've got more videos over there, all from just $1 a month. Big thanks to all my patrons and YouTube members for their continued support. Ever wanted to make your own?
Okay, so I think the answer ends up being somewhere in the middle. I want to know light density. What do the colors mean here? Unreal Engine light density. What is this? Is density? Hmm. What does brown mean? Unreal Engine light brown. Light density, color, color meanings. Here's that mustard thing that happens. Okay. All right, so because we're going to be doing map stuff, let's take a... Oh, this is the wrong map. That's why. I need to change that. Edit. Project settings. Maps and modes. Startup map. We want world, I think it was. World map. There we go. Okay, so I need better buildings. So we can start doing... I want to get this area here to not look like complete dog shit for now. This is the goal for today, is to populate this area here. And I think we need to do this building first. Actually, maybe even that building. Why don't we take a look at that building? No, not yet. To do... So I want this building, and then we're going to start building this out. I also need to start trimming this section here. And then we can start adding things. Because like right now the lights and whatnot are fucking terrible. That's interesting. Build. Let's add some. So what I think we need to do is realistically, like if I come into here and I do lights, spot, I think it's spotlight, right? If we come like this, actually it might not be spotlight. It's directional light. And I turn this one here, lighting, if I rename this, global lighting, and then we make a new folder, create folder, lighting. Oops. Let's grab this and make this static. This is a big directional light. Hmm. I don't think this is really it either, because I think this one's this isn't the right. Oh wait, no, I think it's a point light that I actually want. Yeah, I think it's that one. Intensity. Okay, let's come over here and I want to light this area down here. Right? Because this is way too dark right now. There. And then I think oh, he said source radius. This was set to 0. Do. Okay, and this needs to be static. And then if I go into here, we should be able to see no, show, visualize, light. Yeah. Right, and then if I take an importance, right, to do here, light mass, importance volume. Oops. And I bring that down here, then we can go like this. Then if I click on this, these are all static. Okay, good. There we go. So I've got that. And then if I do a build and then I bake this, come into here and I don't care about this. And then we build. What will happen down here? Hmm. Okay, and then file. We're gonna bring in that entire city. Which I believe if we go here, actually go like here, projects Truck-kun, and we're gonna bring in the home folder, downloads, FBX, Tokyo Shibuya. Come back here, 3% built. And then we're gonna take specific buildings and build them out. Give them quick textures and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as humanly possible. This is gonna take me a while though. Delete attribute. I think some of this needs to be done because some of these buildings just have like there we go. Okay, so I think this building actually does work. So we're gonna start with this building here. Split. But I think that we could probably just do this entire section, right? Like this entire piece. Although like I kind of want to have more buildings here because it will feel better because we've got holes, right? So if I come here, we'll do this one piece at a time. Actually, I feel like I already have this. Maybe not. Okay, if I go like this, do a wireframe here. Just go like this. Some of these buildings are very difficult to select. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do this just to see what we've got. I guess the other option is that we could just bring it directly into Maya. That might work instead of doing it in Houdini. Because like ideally, we just want to blast everything that's not this. Actually, you know what? I guess the split does work, but I think blast works better. Let's do that. Let's do a blast. And then because like we can just branch from the attribute delete, right? So what we'll do is we'll select a section like this, and then we'll just do another blast node. There we go. Obviously, we'll do a little bit of cleanup because we don't want to make our life more difficult than it needs to be. So there we go. Then we can do this. There we go. There we go. That's a building right there. Okay, so here's our building. And let's get this out and into Maya. FBX output. And then null. Okay, let's see here. Okay, wait. So this is the postal code. There's, yeah, then there's Shibuya. There we go. Go, and then if we import, wait, did I not hit save? Hmm. File does not exist. What do you mean file does not exist? The file very obviously exists. Save. Maya, please, for the love of God, do the goddamn right thing for once in your goddamn fucking life. Ugh. File version not supported by this. Hatchimo's supported. Wait. Hatchimo is supported, but mine is not for some reason? Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Do I need a different FBX or something? Like, this has historically always just worked, and I don't know why it's not working now. Maybe this? Maybe it doesn't like the hyphen in the name. I don't fucking know. It was literally that. That is horrible. Do better, fucking Maya. I forgot to put match size correctly. There we go. Mm. Do do do, but then I got high. Do 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 do. Okay, so I want to separate these. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. There. This is what we want. Do 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 do. Okay, and then we are going to hide all that is not selected. There we go. So we want to remove all the insides. Okay, and then we don't need these bottoms. There's still something touching. What's connecting these? Oh, I see it. I think I see it. No, no, I don't. Oh, it's this. That's not even required. Why is that even there? Okay, and then what does this look like now? Ugh. Let's turn this shell here into a one big piece. We're going to turn this into a giant, like one solid piece here because it's super important. Oops. Mm. 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 Okay, so this here, we want to align with this, right? Do you like Blender? I am indifferent to Blender. Well, actually that's a lie. I don't particularly care for Blender. God damn it. Yeah. Okay, so I think what we do is delete. This is fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out simple and build up because those holes are too complex right now to deal with shouldn't say too complex to deal with. They yeah, it's just not good right now. There we go. That's better. Then we can fix things like this. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, right. We have to go like this. Ugh, God damn it. There's so many small pieces that need to be fixed. Hmm. Hmm. Mhm. Edit, detach. All right, so let's start by merging all of these together. Sweet. Now we have this section here that needs to be done. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Hmm. What the fuck is going on? Oh. Hmm. Hmm. That did not at all give me what I wanted. Is this a point light? Yeah. So this isn't quite the light that I want. I think I actually want a spotlight. Or is it a reflection thing, maybe? Hmm. That doesn't quite do what I want. Then, oh no, not a point light. When enabled, textures can be streamed using virtual. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. God, that's fucking disgusting. So hard to reason about. It is a little bit difficult to reason about that, but whatever. Whatever, it gets the job done. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to fucking UV that, but whatever. Back down to that one. Now we just want to keep the easy stuff. Looks like that. Yeah, okay. No, that was right. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Oh. I think this is getting oops, getting too much. Yeah, there we go. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this edge to here and fill. Then here to here, fill. There. Actually, no, that's gonna change the shape a little bit too much. So, oh, this is 4. Okay, so we can just do that, right? No. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do extrude edge. Oh, wait, that's already there. Yeah, that's already done. There we go. Mhm. This here should just be, fuck, I don't know how I want to do that. This here, like this entire section here, should just be one plane. And then I should just bake the normals for it. Onto it, maybe? Either that. Actually, you know what? Might be even better. Might look better though. It's hard to say. I think what we do is we bake this with the we bake this in as a high-low. Did I delete one by accident? Okay, first things first. Let's see what removing a couple more of these would do. Hmm. There we go. Actually, why don't I just do this? I need to center. I need to center this a bit better. How do I center that? Maya center. To object. Actually, wait. I can just do this. Mm, no, I think this needs to be like over here, and then I've got to do that big one by itself. Go. Small one here. Sup, donut? Oh, life's coming. It's going. Slow and steady, you know? How about you? How are things going? Sounds delicious. I did the risky move of preparing Fedora. See, giving it to oh, nice. I'm jealous of your vacation right now. My giving them tomorrow, so I hope they will use it instead of their unupdated Windows. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know what my plan is in October. Unfortunately, I think I still need Windows. So I might have to upgrade or upgrade. I really hate that they did this. This is what bothers me the most. Oh, I thought they officially said it, but whatever. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, like, Windows 10 was kind of blah, and then but it was definitely better than it was better than I expected it to be. I think they're already working on Windows 12 too. The problem is that they keep doing things that hurt the cause. Right? Like, the Windows 11 AI bullshit is just like, but I don't want it. Right? Like, I don't have any reason to use Copilot. Right? I don't have any reason to use any of that shit. Yeah, I don't. It's so annoying. Well, I use Copilot, but I don't use it in a way that, like, I could live without it. There's a tool that removes the AI stuff from, like, what was it? It was the snapshot thing too, like the AI snapshot search thing that has, like, like, it takes screenshots of your OS every now and then and stuff like that. And it's been caught, like, leaking shit that it's explicitly stated that it wouldn't be leaking and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even want that on my system. Right? Like, I'm not beta testing that for you. I'll consider it once it's, like, matured. But it's not matured, so I don't want it. Did this bake? Let's try a build. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know if this is going to bake properly or not. Oh, it's cooking. Okay. From my time to time of booting into Linux install. Yeah. The only issue that I'd run into is that like I actually do need Windows. Like I have a need for Windows, unfortunately, that I dislike very strongly. Well, we've got until I think October, right? Yeah, we've got till October. My biggest issue is that like game development is just unfortunately one of the very few things that is far superior on Windows than it is on Linux. And since I'm doing a whole bunch of game dev right now, it just legitimately makes the most sense for me to do do this. Keep Windows around. Even though I don't really want to. Like I really would rather not have Windows if given the opportunity. So BF does game dev, so he he is stuck with Windows, but he never was Linux person, so he doesn't really mind. Ugh. Yeah, I suppose. It sucks that you can't really game dev on Linux systems. Boom. Do 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 do. Nope. That's definitely not it. Oh, there we go. Now I have speed back. There we go. Or maybe we should do the Here we go. This is the way we do. Yeah, yeah. I will be right back. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna go talk to my girlfriend. Actually, I'm gonna call it a night. I will catch you all later. Perhaps tomorrow or something. Anyways, you all have a good one, and thank you for joining. I'll catch